Honestly, the easiest subject to score very high in JAMB for science students is physics. I had 97 in my JAMB physics because of one question I did not pick the answer. We have 16 days to UTME and you want to score 90 plus in physics. That is why I'm making this video. I have study plans to give you. If you can follow them through for the next 16 days, I promise you will score 90 plus. Welcome back to Primax Privacy YouTube channel. I'm popularly called Dr. Sodium, a graduate of microbiology and a medical student from the University of Ibadan. There's one thing I always plead that you do for me. Please, if you're here to subscribe, the subscribe button is below the video. Please click on it and subscribe to our channel. It helps you to get updates whenever we post an important video, and it also helps us to promote the channel to reach many people as much as possible. So thank you so much. Now, the sincere truth about scoring very high in physics is that you really need time. Physics is all about principles. You understand the principles, you put them into practical experience, then you practice. Principles, practicals, and practice. That's what gets you a very good score in physics. But if you have a very short time to exam, you still want to score very, very high. And that is the purpose of this video. So I want to give you a 16-day studying plan that you can use in order to score 90 plus in UTME physics. So at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a summary of the plans that I used an AI to design, the plan that I wrote down. So let's see those plans one after the other. Now, the most important thing about this plan is actually, and that is the truth about it, you are going to touch every aspect of your physics: mechanics, heat and temperature, waves and optics, electricity, magnetism, and atomic physics. I designed this within the 16-day plans. But how are you going to do it? And that is where I want you to pay attention. So the honest truth is that to cover all of these topics within 16 days might be very, very tedious. But wait, I want you to promise me one thing, that you are going to get rid of fear. Fear is one of the elements that can destroy this plan. So get rid of fear, because we are going to pick some topics that I have known from experience that JAMB repeats every year. And from these topics, you are going to do well if you study them. But you know why I'm saying that you should get rid of fear? It happens to me myself. If I have not covered the entire syllabus or touched every part of the topics, I get scared because I want to enter the exam hall and be able to finish everything. But we do not have that luxury of time. So what are we going to do in order to still excel despite not touching all of these topics? So let's get down to the business. The study plan goes for 16 days. We're going to have day 1 and day 2. Before you initiate this study plan, you need a force behind you. You want to study physics. You need something that can get you going, and you need something that can make your journey easier. Now, I'm going to plead, look for a friend that is very brilliant, or look for a teacher, or look for a tutorial. In Primax, we are going to start a 10-day marathon class that we are going to do this same thing in Primax Privacy. Now, if you can join us, it's fine. If you can't, it's fine. Just make sure you put these plans to work. So the plan is that we're going to have from day 1, just 2 days. In 2 days, we're going to cover mechanics. And we are going to touch some important topics in mechanics. So from day 1 to day 2, you look for a teacher, you look for friends, you look for someone you can study with. Some of you have been asking me, do I go and start carrying textbooks to start reading? This is not the time for textbook. What you want to make sure you do is work with people that are smart. Be around people that are logical, people that can really help you. So for day 1 and day 2 is for mechanics. Everything or all the aspects you have to understand the mechanics, we do it in day 1 and day 2. So you're going to cover these topics: work, energy and power, equation of motion, Newton laws of motion, equilibrium of forces, density and upthrusts, all in 2 days. I'm serious. There are topics you can cover in 2 days if you see a force behind you. Secondly, day 3 and day 4. Electricity is one important aspect in JAMB that you cannot joke with. During my UTME, all my questions were basically electricity. And a lot of people confessed that they've been seeing electricity questions times without numbers. Now, what I'm going to say is that day 3 and day 4 is for electricity and magnetism. Write it down. You must do these things within those days I'm saying, and you must still solve questions for each day. No rest until you are done with all of those parts. Now, one thing you should know is that you are not going to start from the beginning, then you touch all the important parts of these topics within the 2 days. We have some live videos we did on YouTube. It's on our channel on electricity, on magnetism, where we took our time to explain. It was our normal class, then we recorded it for electricity and magnetism and other topics on our channel. If you want to watch it, but you really do not have that much time, so you need to touch some important aspects of electricity and magnetism. Not everything in magnetism. Something like the angle of dip, angle of declination, angle of variation, laws of F is equal to BIS sine theta, F equals BQV, the Lenz's law, and the Faraday's law of electromagnetism, the working of AC circuits and DC circuits, the working of the transformer, and every other thing on that aspect. If you can just know these things within those 2 days, do everything in your power. That's why you need people around you to do this together with all mentality. Another thing you can do is that if you have like 4 friends, share those topics to them, that within these 2 days, you will teach this part, me, I'll teach this part, I'll teach this part. So when you bring it all together, you will see that within short time, you will just learn a very short part. Within a very short time, you would have learned everything. So your day 5 and 6 will be based on waves and optics, light. It's very easy. Within day 5, you can actually cover all those parts. If you see someone that is sound, that can quickly put you through 1 or 2 things on waves and light. You don't have to know everything. Just know some part of sound waves, know some part of light, especially mirrors and lenses. The best things you can just put out. There's a way we used to do marathon classes in Primax that we just within 1 hour have covered a whole lot of things. So look for someone that can help you in this manner in order to score 90 plus. That's for day 5 and day 6. So for day 7, that means you have finished like week 1. This is like a 2 weeks plan. So you're going to practice questions on all of those aspects. That's what you use day 7 for. You just keep solving questions. Anyone you cannot solve, then you look for help. You quickly do all the things, and as simple as that. I'm also a medical student, so I'm very, very busy. I would have done all of these things for you, but you can still leave it in the comment section. I'm trying my best to help you. My brain is always with you to help you, but time is important to us all at this point in time. But I promise you, I'm always with you. Even during post-UTME, I'll be teaching you some topics you really need to learn to excel in most of these universities. That is why you need to click on the subscription button below so that you get updates time to time. Now, note one thing: when you subscribe, you are not going to pay any dime. And be careful of people sharing numbers with you to pay money for subscription. Just click on the subscription button, and that is all. So for day 8, you treat everything on thermal physics, thermal expansion, heat measurement, temperature and heat. You just try your best to quickly grab all the important points on all of these parts. Then for the next day, you treat electronics, simple AC circuits, and atomic physics. That's what you treat for the next day. Then day 10 to 12, you have to practice questions. Now from day 10 to 14, this is how we do it in Primax. We do our marathon classes from day 1 to day 10. Then from day 10, which is day 11 now, so from day 11 to day 14, 4 days, we use it to solve questions. So what are these questions? We're going to give mock for each day, 200 questions for each day. Then after the 200 questions, we'll now start explaining everything in physics using the 200 questions, because the 200 questions would have covered the entire syllabus for us. So if you practice the 200 questions and you are in the class, then you will do well. So if you're far away, you can join these 200 questions live, because we'll live stream the corrections. So We'll do for day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14. So for 4 days, that is day 11 to day 14, practice mock questions. Now, this is the summary of everything I've talked about designed in this chart. Try your best to follow them through as much as possible. If there's any topic out of all of these things you want me to help you with, leave it in the comment section. And there's one thing I used to know about students: when I ask them to declare, they used to eventually do this thing with their faith in mind, and they do very well. So declare also in the comment section that I will score 95 plus in my thesis, whether the devil likes it or not. I'm going to excel in my thesis. So don't forget, thesis is all about principles, practicing questions, and practical applications. As simple as it is. So if you have any question to ask me, please leave it in the comment section. If there's any topic you want me to teach you, leave it in the comment section. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share if you find the video helpful. I'll see you in the next video for biology. Thank you.